What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be talking about a brand new leaked mechanic that is apparently going to be coming to Modern Warfare 2 as well as Warzone 2, and this is actually a brand new reload mechanic, which is quite interesting because they haven't really changed the reload mechanics up over the years. So today I wanted to talk about this as well as show off a mock-up that I was able to create just using some video editing here to show what it will likely be looking like. But first up, I do have to explain where this is coming from, and it's actually coming from a fairly unexpected source. This is Warzone Mobile's alpha. Now at this point, Warzone Mobile is in a closed testing phase, so it's not something that anybody can just download and have access to. But data miners have gotten their hands on the code for this, and within it, there are very clear references to mechanics and items that were developed for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, and they were effectively ported into Warzone Mobile. And this makes sense, so when Warzone Mobile does eventually release, it's not going to feel completely outdated and way behind Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. They're going to want it to share a lot of the same mechanics. So there's already been leaks of the quick draw feature that I've mentioned in a previous video where you don't completely put away your primary weapon in order to pull a pistol. Instead, you can just really quick draw that pistol while still having your primary weapon in the other hand. But in doing so, you can only fire that one-handed. Also, the sort of hybrid between dolphin diving and sliding that has been confirmed by the developers, those mechanics are also present in this Warzone Mobile alpha. But today, I wanted to hone in on this new reload mechanic that has been leaked within Warzone Mobile, and therefore it's very likely to be coming to Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 as well. And this is staged reloads. Now, up until now in Call of Duty, we have just one reload animation per gun, and if you cancel this reload animation for whatever reason, maybe you start a reload but then you swap to your pistol and then swap back, or you cancel that reload with sprinting, this will completely reset your reload animation and the progress you had on that reload. So if you want to reload then after doing this cancel, you have to start from scratch and perform the entire animation again. And this is just something that's always been a part of Call of Duty, even though realistically it doesn't make much sense. Especially if you cancel a reload after you've pulled the magazine out of the gun. If you cancel that reload and then swap back to your gun, realistically, when you swap back, there should be no magazine in that gun, and then you should just pop the brand new mag in, and you're good to go. But the way it works in Call of Duty is when you do swap back to that gun, that previous magazine that you just pulled out of the gun, it just magically reappears in the gun, and you haven't completed any reload there. So you just reset back to its initial state. With this brand new staged reload mechanic in Call of Duty, we now have multiple stages in a reload, and these act as kind of checkpoints. So it appears in that same situation where you pull the mag out, swap to your pistol, and then swap back to your primary weapon. Instead of the entire process being reset and having that initial magazine just magically reappear in the gun, you'll actually be picking up where you left off, and therefore there's no magazine in the gun when you swap back because you pulled the magazine out, and now you can continue from where you left off and put the fresh and full magazine into the gun from there, which means you don't have to restart the entire animation from scratch. And when it comes to this, I'm really intrigued and I do like the sound of this. I feel like this is one of those areas where not only does this mechanic make sense for real life, it also makes sense for gameplay design. And I really like it when both of those converge together in the context of Call of Duty. I know I've been saying this a lot in recent videos. Realism should never trump good gameplay design or good gameplay balance. But this is one of those cases where it's more realistic and it makes more sense for the gameplay. And while this particular mechanic isn't like a huge game changer, this doesn't change how you play the game all that much. It's little innovations and improvements like this that I feel just push the franchise forward a little bit. It's not a massive step, but a bunch of these little steps really add up to improving the overall experience. And I'm all for it, since we haven't really seen reload mechanics touched at all. The only reload innovation I can think of in the past 15 years of Call of Duty is with Advanced Warfare. We had the ability to double tap a reload to drop a mag and therefore lose all the ammunition in that mag, but you get a faster reload, so there's a trade-off there. And we never really saw that mechanic return, so with that one exception, reloading has always just been what it is in Call of Duty. So it's nice to see that they're taking a look at these little details and just making improvements to them. Now, having said this, I can't fully judge this mechanic at this point because one potential concern that I have is how this could affect reload canceling in a gunfight. What if I'm in the middle of a reload, I just pulled my mag on my primary weapon, maybe I don't even have a secondary weapon, or I've got a launcher or something as my secondary, and an enemy appears in my screen. As it is right now in Call of Duty, you double tap the weapon swap button, and this will pretty quickly cancel out that reload animation, reset you back to where you were, so then you can start firing essentially immediately at that target. From the looks of it, with this staged reload system, it wouldn't work like that. You would have to actually finish that reload animation. And while it's nice that you're picking up where you left off and therefore you just have to finish off the end of the animation rather than complete the whole animation, it seems like we would no longer have the ability for that instant reload cancel so we can just reset back to where we were just so we can get shots on target as soon as possible. And therefore, there might be a bit of an adjustment process here for people that are really used to reload canceling in situations like that. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is something that I may end up missing from the Call of Duty franchise, because I do feel that is a skill-based thing, where if you do get caught in a reload, the right button combination in quick succession can get you back in that fight instantly, and it is something that players learn to master over time. It's not something that the average beginner player would do, but it's definitely something that an experienced Call of Duty player would do. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I'm generally feeling very positive about this, but I'm just curious to see if that does completely eliminate the whole idea of reload canceling in a stress situation. But overall, I do feel this is going to have more of a positive impact than a negative one for the franchise, and I'm all for it. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for this quick video, and this is where I want to hear what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Do you like the idea of these staged reloads where you can pick up a reload animation where you left off when you switch back to a gun that you started reloading? Or would you prefer if Call of Duty just kept reload mechanics the same as they've essentially always been, where if you swap back to a gun that you started reloading, you do have to start from scratch on that reload process? Just let me know all of those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.